I just got a call from the chief, and we can confirm that we now have a person of interest.
That's what we want. That's what we want. Good.
The news coming on the heels of a search warrant executed on a property merely 100 yards from where officers found two half-sisters between the ages of 8 and 14 dead inside suitcases. For hours, our crews watched as the Cleveland Police Homicide Unit and SWAT teams circled a home on East 162nd.
Part of the investigation led us to this home, and it's been a nonstop, ongoing investigation.
Trash cans were searched, law enforcement in and out of the house. We even saw a small child walk out with an officer. But whether there are more victims in this case wasn't shared by Cleveland police.
This obviously is difficult in terms of the ages of the victims, and it's no secret that it touches our hearts. Our officers are human just like everyone else, and they're their parents, their grandparents, and it affects them as well, which is, it goes to say that they're committed to resolving this as quickly as possible.
No arrests and no charges as of Wednesday night, but
now, just from this fact, I know I wasn't built to be an officer, but let's get over into the next video.
Today, the Cleveland woman accused of murdering two young girls appeared in court. This is the first time we are learning her identity after a week-long investigation into who put those two young girls inside suitcases and tried to bury them in shallow graves. 28-year-old Aaliyah Henderson is now being held on a $2 million bond. She is charged with aggravated murder of her two daughters, and according to the prosecutor, their bodies have been there for a while. The half-sisters were 8 and 10 years old, and our partner station in Cleveland spoke to the father of the 8-year-old girl.
She's at 100% fault, but the system at fault with her. They played a big part in the murders of these two children.
Police also reported there was another child in the mother's home when she was arrested. That child is now under the care and custody of Children and Family Services.
This is an awful situation. Where are the fathers in this whole situation? We had one of them come up saying that the system played a big part in this. Is he saying that the system who wouldn't let him keep the child? But I might just be speculating. Let's keep going into this.
Alert.
Breaking news right off the top. We now know the names of those sisters who died such horrific deaths.
They are 8-year-old Mila Chapman and 10-year-old Amor Wilson. That is Mila laying down on the bed, and that is Amor sitting up next to her. Two beautiful, innocent girls. Their lives stolen from them. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Duffy.
I'm Tiffany Tucker. Thanks for joining us. Also breaking at 6 o'clock, the suspect now charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder.
Now at 6, Brittany Weir takes us through what we know so far.
Yes, 28-year-old Aaliyah Henderson has been arrested in connection to this. She is currently here at the jail. Now, this all comes after the bodies of those 2 young girls were found stuffed inside suitcases and then buried in shallow graves on Cleveland's east side near Ginn Academy. And like you said, now we are taking a closer look at how investigators were able to track her down just 2 days later. This tragic case started with a dog walk Monday evening. A man and his dog were near East 162nd and Midland Avenue when the dog caught a scent in the field near Ginn Academy.
And for the last week, she's been stopped. It was like a mound of dirt. She's been stopped and sniffing like a little too long.
When officers arrived, they found a suitcase buried in a shallow grave. Inside, the body of a young child. A second suitcase with another body was found nearby. Cleveland police confirmed the 2 children were half-sisters, one between the ages of 8 and 13 years old, the second between 10 and 14. Wednesday night, officers served a search warrant at a home on East 162nd Street, just steps away from where those bodies were found.
So part of the investigation led us to this home, and it's been a nonstop, ongoing investigation. Our homicide unit, it's often not said, but they have been working around the clock in this investigation.
Neighbors told 19 News that Henderson lives at that home. She was booked into Cuyahoga County Jail for murder and child endangering.
What they've committed to this investigation, and they're working really hard to bring justice to these young girls.
Tragic. Let's go over to one more video where we hear more about it from the father.
Right now at 11.
Look like a kid.
Yeah. A Cleveland mother accused of killing her 2 children. Tonight, one of their fathers.
She told you that she was going to kill your daughter.
Is facing the unimaginable. Police say they know who is behind the crime. Now family and neighbors talk to News 5 investigator Scott Knoll, all trying to make sense of this tragedy.
Mourners paying tribute to 2 lives taken too soon. And Cleveland police say the person responsible is the girl's mother, 28-year-old Aaliyah Henderson. In court documents, investigators say Henderson, quote, knowingly and purposely killed 10-year-old Amor Wilson and her sister, 8-year-old Mila Chapman, then put the sisters in 2 different suitcases and buried them in shallow graves outside Ginn Academy.
We're shaking up right now.
Understood.
A neighbor walking his dog discovered the first of the bodies Monday night.
Just like full in the fetal position.
Nearby, police found the second. Investigators have not said how long the girls were there and tell me the motive for the killings is still unknown. But Deshaun Chapman believes there were red flags. He says Mila Chapman was his daughter. He didn't want his face to be shown. He said he wanted the focus to be on the sisters.
This didn't have to happen like this. Mila had a father, prison father, that wanted her.
He says he hadn't seen his daughter in years, claiming Henderson cut him off after he called Child Protective Services after she threatened Mila.
Come and get this crybaby ass baby or I'm gonna kill her.
Was that just a frustrated mom?
I don't know if that was a frustrated mom or a deranged woman, but I'm gonna go with the
Hold on. I don't
deranged
know.
woman if you ask me.
He says,
I don't know a frustrated mother who would actually say, come get this little girl before I kill her. I don't know, but mothers tell me if that's something you would say out of frustration. But that sounds like you need to call child services. That just sounds like it.
Henderson then moved around with the kids. Court records show she and her daughters were evicted in 2021 for failing to pay rent. The next year, a neighbor says she moved into this home on East 162nd Street. From the sidewalk in front of it, you can see where her daughter's bodies were found.
She never let her kids come outside, play. None of the kids engaged with those kids.
Deshae Kreider, who shares the duplex with Henderson, says she too called Protective Services about Henderson, concerned about erratic behavior.
She was acting out.
You had concerns about her mental health?
Yes. 100%.
In a statement, a county spokesperson said due to the active criminal investigation into these deaths, as well as the state's confidentiality law, she couldn't disclose any further information about any Children and Family Services involvement with the family. But Chapman insists the system let him down.
I don't want to say that.
Say hey, Grandma.
No.
Say it.
No.
He says there's no justice for Mila, just this hope for the woman accused of killing her.
The same thing that happened to my baby.
You want her death penalty?
Dead. I don't care if it's death penalty. I don't care if she hang herself. I want her dead. Out of here.
People are going to say that sounds awfully harsh.
You killed 2 kids because you couldn't control your emotions as a grown woman. I don't care how harsh you say it is.
We're told Aaliyah Henderson.
I mean, to me, he's spitting facts. I don't know if anybody else feel that way, but let's keep.
Will be arraigned on those 2 counts of aggravated murder here at the Justice Center in the morning in downtown Cleveland. I'm News 5 investigator.
You said, yeah, I believe the same thing. Child services let them down. Are you telling me 2 different people called about how she was acting, about the children, and they weren't taken away? Now, I don't know if they did an investigation or they were about to do an investigation, but that's enough to at least visit. But some people are good at hiding. So they might have visited and you just never know. We'll have to wait for more information to come out, or if it comes out, about what they actually did. Let's go over into the AI breakdown just to see if we can learn anything else about this whole tragic situation. So as we know, in the tragic case, Cleveland, Ohio, Miss Henderson, 28, has been charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder after the bodies of her 2 daughters were discovered in separate suitcases buried in a shallow grave. The girls were identified through DNA as testing as half sisters, 10 and 8. A dog walker found the first suitcase on March 2nd, 2026, in a field near the Glen Academy in South Clintwood neighborhood. Police subsequently located the second suitcase about 25 feet away. Henderson was charged on March 4th and arraigned on March 6th. She also is facing charges for child endangerment. A judge set her bond at $2 million, $1 million for each during her first court appearance. While the exact date of death is unknown, investigators believe that the bodies have been in the field for some time. Mila's father, Deshaun, stated that he had been seeking custody of his daughter for 5 years and had reportedly contacted Child Services and the court without success. During a search of Henderson's home, police found another child who appeared to be in good health. That child is now in the custody of the Department of Children and Family Services. Now, where are the other fathers? Why haven't the other fathers come forward? Because if the mother, if the mother of my child ends up killing 2 of her daughters, I'm there front and center trying to figure out where my daughter is, if I truly cared about her. But I mean, some people probably didn't care about her. You never know. This is a tragic situation. She needs to spend the rest of her life in jail. Now, do you think that the father was too harsh to say that she needs to die or get hanged in jail? I don't think so. As a grieving father, and especially if he was a father seeking to get custody of his child because she knew she wasn't safe, I can understand his frustration and his anger. It's a crazy situation, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. But at the end of the day, she needs to be in jail for the rest of her life. We're going to have to wait for the cause of death because, the cause of death always takes a long time. But I would like to know if they were abused, if they were starving. She didn't even let the kids out the house when she moved. And then I still want to know why the other fathers haven't come forward to this tragic situation, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on this situation, and let me know if you disagree with anything I said.